In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a symmetrical notan collage. So the first thing you need to do is you need to fold your paper in half. Now I'm going to just fold it in half this way, but you could, if you wanted, fold it in half like a diamond type of shape if you want to do something a little different. So folding in half, and I decided I'm going to use a lot of the same types of shapes that I did in my last collage, the one that was asymmetrical. So continuing with the fig leaf inspiration, maybe throw in the earthworm inspiration, and but I also want to add some more geometric type of shapes, so maybe some zigzags. So here we go. Now again, when you're drawing your shapes, before you cut them out, you've got to start on an edge and end on an edge. Okay, so I'm going to start here, and I don't want to cut into the fold, so you're going to leave the fold alone. So I'm going to make sort of a step-like zigzag pattern, and then maybe, maybe I'm going to go like that. Looks kind of like shark teeth or something. Okay, so I did that, and let's see. Maybe I'll go in like this. Now some people really like to make their designs very intricate, so you lose the edge, which is tricky to do. Alright, so I've got that curvilinear shape there. Now as I'm drawing my shapes, what's super important is to really look at the shapes of the negative spaces as you're drawing your shapes. And of course your shape is going to start on the edge and then end on an edge. Now I have this big area of negative space in here, and I can't leave that. I need to make this design balanced, and I've got to really consider all of the negative space. So I've got myself in a little predicament because I don't want to start on the fold. That's a no-no. But I do have a little bit of room on this edge where I could cut some crazy shape that kind of wraps around there like that. That might be neat, but I think I'm going to start here. So I'm going to start at the corner, still on an edge. I'm going to get in close, and then I think I'm going to go with one of those kind of funny curvilinear shapes again. There we go. This is a little close in there. I'm a little bit concerned about that. So maybe I erase that and then adjust it a little bit. I kind of like my little shark teeth thing before. So maybe this comes in here and then there. That's a little bit better, because you don't want your you don't want the thing to fall apart. You gotta have that center piece all stay together. Okay, so now, all right, I'm kind of liking how this is turning out. And remember, you can use any kind of really cool influences for your shapes, and it does not have to be abstract like mine. Now I've got to vary the size a little bit, so maybe I'll throw in a more delicate zigzag kind of shape. Maybe I'll just go to the edge there. And here, perhaps I go with another kind of geometric shape. Now I've got this area here. I still think I need to break it up a little bit, maybe a curve in like that and around. And I don't think I can fit any more in there. So I'm going with this right now. Okay, so the next thing is I'm going to cut it out. When I cut it out, I'm going to end up with two shapes that are exactly the same, but mirror images. Okay. So again, as I'm cutting it, curving around, moving my paper as I go. And of course you can use an X-Acto knife if you want. I personally just prefer using the scissors. And if you get into something that's really super intricate, you absolutely want to use a X-Acto knife. So in here, curve it around like that. Now I pre-prepared this paper, and if you're watching this video first, you're going to want to go back and watch the asymmetrical demonstration, because in that one I show you how to measure the 6-inch square and also how to measure off the borders on your paper. So you can see I've already done that. It's 4 inches here, 4 inches on either of the sides here, and about 5.5 inches on either side here. Keeping in mind that the 14 by 17 inch paper isn't like exact. Now what I'm doing just to keep these together is I'm setting these shapes aside. I know there are 2 of them, but I'm just going to kind of lay them together like this. All right, so as I continue cutting my shapes, probably play you guys some music right now as I finish cutting the shapes. So luckily for me, the shape that fell off lines right up with that edge, but I think I need a little bit more glue to hold that down. So I'm just going to run a little bit more glue along that edge, pull that up to the side, make sure that's put together correctly right in there, and got a little extra glue in here. Okay. Now, in this video, I'm not going to go through and show you how to glue these down because I did it in the last video, but I'm going to give you an idea about how I would lay them out. The other thing you want to make sure to remember to do is after you glue down your pieces and after the glue is dry, go back in with an eraser and erase your outlines. You'll see them on some of the shapes, and others of the shapes will be the pencil lines will be underneath. But make sure you go through and do that because you want everything nice and neat and clean. And also erase the lines along the edges, but after you're done. Okay, I'm jumping the gun a little bit on that. Okay, so this fits here, right? So the reason I kept these together was to make it easier. So this fits there, that fits there. These two are going to get flipped like that. And remember what I was saying in the other video, one of the best things to do is just make a little mark on the back of the shapes so you know where to put the glue. Otherwise it can be really, really, really super confusing. All right, so that's going to go there. And let's see, this guy here, one of him goes there like that. And then this one would go here. And then up the little earthworm guy. Been doing a lot of gardening and running into good old earthworms. I always try to treat them with kindness, get them away from the area I'm working with. Okay, so that goes there. All right, little lightning bolt kind of shape. Oh, that's right there. See, isn't it a good idea to keep them together? Because otherwise you'd be having like so much more work to do. It'd be so much more confusing. And remember, the key is get everything set up first and then draw a little X on the back so you know where, how's that go? So you know where your glue is going to go. Because you really don't want to glue the wrong side. Everybody makes mistakes, but and take a little preventative measure so you don't have to deal with it. So that'll go there. Those two are going to be pretty close. This one goes here. It's like a puzzle. I love puzzles. Okay, now this, there it is. Now when it's in the corner, you have a choice. You can either flip it this way or flip it that way. I feel like the outsides need more. I wish I had cut something more out of this edge and had it coming this way. So overall, I think I've got, these shapes are balanced pretty well. I think they looks pretty cool. They almost look like cactus at this point. All right, so that guy, he goes like that. Yep. And this one goes like this. And that's it. All done. Of course, you have to glue it together. Have fun making your Notan collages. I think you're really going to enjoy it.